elections have gathered around television sets to follow the proceedings. My conversations with most of them tell me that if they had the means, they would have gone back to participate in the elections. But because they do not have the means, they are here gathered around television sets and following keenly the election as it unfolds.
A fiercely contested election, but what is the support base like?
So it is, when it comes to the support base, I can say it is a divided front here at the Liberia camp in Ghana. There are huge supporters of George Weah and also huge supporters of his contender, Joseph Boakra. They tell me that Weah supporters tell me the man has done well since he took over governance 6 years ago and should be given the opportunity to continue the good work that he's doing. Supporters of the other party say that Joseph Weah have disappointed them in the way he has governed the country. George Weah has disappointed them in the way he has governed the country, and so Joseph Boakra should be given the opportunity to take over as the best man to lead the country.
Grace, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Grace Hamwajiman brought us update from the Budumbram camp, where Liberians are waiting in anticipation of the result of the election. Let's cross over live to Liberia and speak with Abu Sharif, a journalist in the country. Abu, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon to you. How is voting proceeding?
Hello, good afternoon. It's all good in Liberia. From the nation's capital, I am speaking to you now. The process has been very, very wonderful in terms of the atmospheric condition and the appetite of Liberians whom on the ground here that have been eagerly awaiting this long-awaited democratic opportunity to make a decision for the next 6 years in keeping with the constitutional requirement for presidential term limit. And this general and presidential elect of the legislature, the senators and representatives. So this is exactly what the atmosphere is today in the nation's capital, Monrovia. It is after midday, and turnout so far has been very, very huge. The appetite seems to be very, very high. And Liberians have organized themselves so far very relatively calm.
But talk to us about the numbers we're expected to see participating in this election, Abu.
Voter turnout, for the most part, you will have a clear understanding at the close of polls when results start to come in. But judging by what we've seen so far since this morning, 4:00 a.m., we begin our media coverage. From one polling precinct to the other, the turnout is huge. The total number of registered voters is over 2 million Liberian citizens across the country that turn out and register to participate in this election. From the signs we are getting, I am quite sure that there will be at least more than 85% turnout. I am quite sure, judging by what we are seeing and what we are getting from other parts of the country in terms of voter turnout at different polling precincts across Liberia.
Abu, thank you so much. Abu Sharif is a Liberian journalist bringing us update on what is happening in the country as it goes to the polls. Let's bring you some more international news.
Yes, it has secured its border with Gaza 3 days after Hamas broke through the barrier to launch a murderous assault that has left more than 900 people dead. No militants have crossed in the past day, but the bodies of 1,500 have been recovered after days of fighting, the Israeli army says. Israeli airstrikes on the Gaza Strip have continued overnight. The Air Force said 200 targets were hit. More than 700 people have been killed by strikes, Palestinian authorities say. UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, is calling for a humanitarian corridor in and out of Gaza as Israel has cut supplies of fuel, electricity and water. And Iran's supreme leader denies his country was involved in the attacks on Israel, but praises those who carried it out.
Well, welcome to the entertainment segment of the bulletin. At long last, the hurdles have been removed and Musica's elections will go on as expected. Anita Kufu has the details. Entertainment. Over to you, Anita.
All right. Thank you so much, Crosby. My name is Anita Ikia Ikufu, and the regional and national elections of Musica is happening today, Tuesday, October 10, following a recent court ruling on an injunction case filed against the union on August 7, 2023. In the race for the presidency is renowned musician and acting president Bessa Simons and Ras Caleb Apia Levi. Thomas Yorsing, a gospel musician, is set to run uncontested for the position of first vice president, while Stella Gagnon and gospel artist Abna Ruthie are competing for the second vice president position. The race for the general secretary role features contenders Samuel Kofi Ajiman and Francis Deman Dogbache. Cheesy Wailer, Gifty Opon Ganza, and Edward Edusa Eisen are running unopposed for the positions of national organizer, welfare officer, and treasurer, respectively. Well, my colleague Owusu Orai is currently at the Accra Tourism Information Center, where the musical elections are taking place, and he joins us on the phone lines to give us updates on what is happening. Hello, Orai.
Hello, Anita.
All right. So has the voting started, and how is the process going?
All right. So currently, I'm at the Accra Tourism Information Center, just across the street here, around Africo, and that's where the musical election is taking place. The process started around 8 a.m. in the morning. As I speak to you, over 70 people have voted. Around 12:30, when I checked, about 70 people had voted. In all, 195 people are expected to vote to elect the various leaders of Musica. And in the race, like I mentioned earlier, for the presidential slot, it's Ras Caleb Apia Levi, and we also have the acting president, Bessa Simons, who has been acting for some years now. He's also offering himself to be voted for as president. We have all of them here. We have seen some top musicians come through to vote. We also have Mr. Sidiku Buhari, Alhaji Sidiku Buhari, who once served as the president of the Musician Union of Ghana, was also come through to vote. Let's catch a word with him, and after that we talk to the two main presidential hopefuls. Mr. Samuel, Alhaji Sidiku Buhari, thanks so much for your time. I know that you have been waiting for this period. It's taking so long to get to this point. How do you feel about the fact that Musica is now getting the opportunity to elect its leader?
Very grateful, Almighty God, who made it possible today for everybody to be able to vote for whoever they want. Because Musica needs to be ahead. Okay, organization of Musica has to be established. How do you establish it? You have the people who are supposed to manage it. So this is opportunity for everybody. And whoever becomes the president, vice or whatever, that is his position. The person. That's what I believe.
Yes. Thanks so much, Alhaji. And there's a conversation about making Musica great again. The union last voted in 2016 when I was elected as president, and after that, all attempts to elect new leaders has not been very successful because of the court issues back and forth. But we have one of the men who wants to lead Musica here, Ras Caleb Apia Levi. We want to find out from him why he thinks that he is the best man to lead Musica. And after that, we'll catch a word with veteran musician Bessa Simons, who's also eyeing the presidency.
I'm so glad that he spoke with Alhaji Sidiku Buhari, because he left a legacy for us to stand tall, you know. But things were going down. After a war, you know, the acting president couldn't handle.
All right. So that was my colleague Owusu Orai giving us updates on the musical elections. We'll bring you more updates subsequently in our broadcast. My name is Anita Kufu. This has been the Entertainment News segment. Crosby, over to you.
Thanks so much, Anita, for bringing us entertainment news. But that's our package for you this afternoon. There's always more news on our website, 3news.com, if you log on for more. My name is Noble Crosby, and on behalf of the entire production team, thank you so much for watching the bulletin. We'll see you again some other time. Good afternoon and bye-bye.